do not have it in front of me. I reviewed it with Mr. Anderson and approved it to board with what the board recommended. So it represents the board.
Maybe I can briefly go through the recommendations from the board, from the city attorney back to council. A minimum at least one city council member, so the one council member would be recommendation from the board to be on the airport advisory board. The discretion of the mayor to approval of the city council if there needs to be, if you'd like a second one. Is that correct on that? So the mayor's a choice to see if there'll be a second one for sure, the second one that the mayor feels the need for a second member. Or if it's not another council member, the mayor has an opportunity then to choose a non-member for the council and a resident from Heber City, to a resident on that board. And the other recommendation is 2 additional Heber City residents, so you have now at least 1 city council and possibly 2 city council where the non-members, that's 2. Plus addition, that's 4 now residents of Heber City will be on this board. Non-member 3, 2 at-large members that include provisions of diverse interests from throughout the cities and suburbs in Wasatch County. Again, that's probably the definition that we're all struggling with. What's the diverse interests from throughout the cities and suburbs in Wasatch County? Not requiring residencies in there, interest being financial interest either in the city or the airport. I'm trying to get a little more grip on what that other property owner. As long as they have owned property in Wasatch County, have an interest in Wasatch County, they're eligible to be on the board.
There was a discussion at the board, specifically kind of said,
yeah, we had some discussion and felt it was a little out of our jurisdiction to discuss definition of a resident because it can be verified. There's many property owners that own quite a bit of real estate up here, and although I don't disagree that this is Heber City, that the residents of Heber City should have it, that doesn't mean that we exclude everybody else just because they don't claim their vote here. Now, I wasn't here earlier that I don't want to repeat any of the discussion that, Paul Joe, I said something that's already said, but we leave that to council to say, what is the way you have one who lives certified? We need to list.
It's open to council. It can be a resident or a non-resident of Wasatch County. As long as they have a vested interest in the county somewhere, either property or financially, they're eligible to be on that board. So if somebody from Utah County, Solid County, or some county could be on the board if they want to, or wherever they live.
If they're voters somewhere else and they have property and they're paying property taxes in Wasatch County, then I would say that was the intent of we thought, well, that would be something that would legitimately have a second. So they've got some action or investment in the county, in the city, so to speak. So.
Do you have any questions on that definition of what that's supposed to mean?
So are we just voting on this up or down, or can we amend these?
You can change it. Yeah, I've got some proposals to change. I'm just trying to read what's been proposed and recommended so far. And the other position now fills into, so now you have 5, we have 6 now, this is the 7th member, a position reserved for the owner of the FBO or authorized proxy.
I'd like to see that to be a non-voting member. I think there's too many possibilities of conflicts of interest. I think you got to have some input, but I don't think you ought to have a vote.
We should increase the ownership.
Then you ought to have another member.
Well, let me take another step on that. I agree the FBO should be a non-voting member because there's too many possibilities of conflicts and not disclosing or stuff. Because the airport bylaw is so restrictive on what conflict of interest is, you get yourself in trouble for the chairman because you don't do that. So I suggest also a non-voting member. I also suggest at least 6 members on the council on this board, which doesn't make it even so you have two non-voting members, that would be the city council member and the FPO.
Just the one? Just the one city council?
Yeah, one can be a non-voting member. That leaves you down to 5, so you have no ties. I don't see any reason to expand this thing more than 7. And then you gotta go to 9.
But there's still a condition that you could have, maybe not by yourself, but maybe by a future member, to want to appoint a second city council member. So you would still have, unless that's clarified as well, that neither council member could vote, then you're now left to a 4 or potential for a tie.
That's necessary. My recommendation is the mayor would still put one city council member in that position, and I would choose the option of the resident Heber City council.
So I'm saying that's part of what you'll do, but a future mayor may choose to appoint 2 members of city council. So I'm just saying, if the intent is to remove city council from the voting position on the board, then that may need to be addressed as well.
What I'm hearing is if you had 2 members of council, one would need to remain as a voting member to keep the 5. So you don't have an even number for that.
So we put the wording that if there was 2 city council members, only one would be voting, one would be non-voting.
Correct.
One would be non-voting.
That's what I'm just pointing that out, make sure that's clarified. So
So you would, I guess you would insert language. So if the second council member is appointed.
Any other suggestions?
Yeah, if you was to choose 2 city council members